Hey everyone, guess what? It's time. It's been a while, but we're back. It's time for another What's in the Box?
What's in the box?
Hey everyone, welcome back to the That Range Lifer channel, sometimes about golf YouTube channel. It's another episode of What's in the Box. I haven't done one of these in a while. I, of course, am Bill Bush of DriveRangeHeroes.com, at Range Heroes, on all your favorite social media platforms. Usually this is sort of the dead season in new golf gear, but the guys at Tour Edge shot over a box, a little heavy. Usually when they're heavy, what does that mean? Irons. So while we're going into the off season, we still have a little bit of a cool, brisk fall golf left here in the Chicagoland area. So let's see what we got in here, okay? Since it's been a while, remind you, we cut away from ourselves, right? Good knife safety practices. Tour Edge makes it easy. Gotta tell you guys, anyone have any good tips on, I don't believe any at-home knife sharpeners are ever that great. I don't really want to send it off, but I guess if I have to, I want it to be quick. The official unboxing knife is getting a little dull. So if you have any recommendations on good knife sharpening, this is a Spyderco Tenacious. One of the best pocket knives you could ever ask for. Any tips? This thing used to be razor sharp. It's about due. It's been a while. Anyhow, let's open the box. See what we got, okay? Do it toward you this time. Well packed, as always, from Tour Edge. What do I always tell you? Keep this packing paper. You never know when you're going to need it. Alright, man, well packed. Yep, as we suspected, a new set of irons. Looks like we have 7 of them in here. So that tells me probably safe to predict 4 through pitch. Won't go through all of them. Won't do that to you. So let's just see what we have. Ooh. All right. Throw the old bubble wrap back in here. Whoops. Hopefully Chris doesn't see that. Oh, no. All right, still good. Still in good shape. I'm told you, I'm rusty. I haven't done one of these in a while. Let's set the box down, okay? All right. Folks, what we have here are the new this year. I guess it's later in the year, so it's tough to say they're new, but it's the new for 23 Tour Edge Exotics Pro 723 iron. I've only seen pictures of these, haven't seen them in person. They're pretty sharp. All right. So what does the Pro 723 fit in the Exotics irons lineup? They have a C723 iron, the E723 iron, and then the Pro 723. This club was heavily requested by Tour Edge's tour staff, apparently. The idea being it's a player shape, player profile, less offset, thin top lines, thin. So I opened the 9-iron. That's a pretty thin sole, but thin sole. Definitely has a player's blade look. It's not the most compact head shape you've ever seen in terms of like player muscle back, but it's by no means large. I think it's in that like player's cavity back, player's distance-ish iron. Not quite, probably not the size. Well, here, we can do this. I have some old, let's see what I can compare it to. This is an old Tour Edge C722 iron. And I would say 9-iron to 9-iron here. They're fairly close in blade length. Yeah. That being the C series club being still a distance more player looking size and shape, but there's probably a little more forgiveness and distance built into this club, where this is for the guy who, or gal, who wants to shape a shot a little more, have more playability in it, get a little more of that blade feel. But listen, people still want a little bit of forgiveness, right? A little help getting the ball in the air, a little more generosity in that sweet spot. And so it's still a perimeter cavity back iron, all right? Some of the things that they did here to make it a little more pleasant on the hands, if you will, this this portion of the blade or the cavity back, right in this muscle pad here, is filled with their vibrocore material. It's not a ton, just a little bit right here in the center of the face, so around the sweet spot, to dampen that feel and make it feel even a little softer. It's a forged iron, so this is a forged head, and adding that that vibrocore material there will soften it up even more. So I'm assuming these are going to feel pretty smooth. That term buttery is a little tough to throw around for a forged iron. I don't really understand it, but these are going to be pretty close to that, I have to assume. Like I said, it's a player preferred shape, very much so, with some forgiveness built in it. There's still a little heft in the bottom of the sole, which means a lower, deeper center of gravity, easier to get your ball up in the air. I haven't checked the specs as I'm recording this, thinking I probably should have done that. Get familiar with it, but I'm assuming these are going to be a little stronger lofted than your standard blades, and that's okay. That's pretty common these days. If they are stronger lofted, what I'm assuming will be a low, just looking at it, the lower launch, maybe a little higher spin characteristics will make up for that, quote, power lofting, okay? One of the things I read about with these irons, each of these heads, so one of these heads is a forged and then machined head to cut out this cavity back and shape it back here. An hour to do it. That makes it much more pure. They take their time with it. Their tolerances are good, so it's going to be a finely crafted club head, I assume. Of course, I will find out when I actually test them. And then there's this center pad right about here that you're going to find in all of the irons throughout the set. I think they offer 3 to approach wedge. This set 4 through pitch, because that's what I play. But this set, so this is where I struggle with forged irons. The center pad, it gives a little more mass right in the sweet spot in the center of the cavity to give it a softer, more solid feel. Softer, more solid feel. So a forged iron, you're looking for that soft, smooth, tight feel to it, right? But that solid feel, so solid sort of contradicts it. Here's how I would articulate what I'm assuming they're trying to say, and when I feel that sensation, it tends to mean it's a soft, smooth face with really clean response, but it's very precise. So this little bit of extra mass in the center of the face will give you a nice solid impact, so you know exactly where you're hitting the ball, but the club still has that soft forged feel to it. That's what I'm anticipating, okay? All right. 2-Edge Pro Exotics Pro 723 irons. Really excited for these, I'll be honest with you. When this lineup was all released early in the year, I was excited about the woods and all that stuff. When I first caught a glimpse of these jumped out at me as the one thing I really wanted to see out of the 2-Edge lineup this year. I'm glad I finally get to. We'll obviously put these to the test, probably make a video here on the channel, so make sure you subscribe, hit the bell so you get notified, because when that video goes up, you don't want to miss it, okay? I'm Bill Bush of DriveRangeHeroes.com, @Range Heroes, on all the social media. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.